So, this is the third generation Fujitsu Quaderno, a lightweight, note-taking capable Kaleido 3 color e-ink e-reader, and a spiritual successor to the Sony DPT-RP1. It's a pretty interesting large screen e-reader, so join me in this first look impression of this long-awaited device. Just so that you know, I'm looking at the 10.3-inch screen version of this device, but Fujitsu also does make a 13.3-inch screen version as well. Also good to know that this device is only sold directly to customers by Fujitsu in Japan at the moment. So if you're located elsewhere, you'll have to do a bit more legwork to get your hands on one. Unboxing is fairly straightforward, and while Fujitsu hasn't shown a huge amount of imagination in terms of box design, the packaging seems sufficient to protect the device in transport and is easy to open. Inside, you get the device itself, standard paperwork, although in Japanese, the pen stylus for the unit, a USB-A to C charging and data transfer cable for the main device, a stylus nib extractor tool, and 3 stylus nib replacements. When I said this device was lightweight, I'm not kidding. This large 10.3-inch note-taking capable color e-ink e-reader weighs a shockingly light, are you ready for this, 258 grams. So that's 42 grams lighter than the already featherweight Pocketbook InkPad X, about 132 grams lighter than the Kobo Ellipsa 2e, and 175 grams lighter than the first edition of Amazon's Kindle Scribe. It might just be the lightest 10.3-inch e-reader currently available on the market, and I love that about this device. The stylus is very basic and also lightweight. I might have preferred a more carefully balanced stylus weight like the Remarkable 2's stylus here. Although, I have to say it is a definite and huge improvement on the original stylus Sony bundled with the DPT-RP1. Nicely, this cheaper feeling but newer stylus works using WACOM EMR technology, so it never requires any charging. And if you hate it too much, well, lucky you. You can just swap it out for nearly any other WACOM EMR stylus, like those used by the Remarkable 2 or the Kindle Scribe. It works just fine with those pen styli as well. Writing feel is exceptionally good, even with the stylus that comes with the device. Writing on the screen has a very tactile resistance and produces a scratchy sound that carries some satisfaction. Although some people might consider this a bit distracting if you're writing on it around others. Here's what this sounds like. For comparison, this is what it sounded like to write on the older Sony DPT-RP1's screen with its stylus. And here's what the various styli on the new Color Fujitsu Quaderno 3rd generation sound like. While we're talking about writing on the device, Fujitsu has definitely improved upon the older Sony device by adding quite well calibrated pressure sensitivity and a small selection of pen types to choose from. Writing latency doesn't seem bad from my early tests with the device, but it also doesn't seem near the 13 millisecond response time claimed by the remarkable Paper Pro. Let's move on to the device's screen. It's a 10.3-inch Kaleido 3 color e-ink display. And yes, it is definitely darker than a non-color e-ink display. It's also only a 227 ppi resolution display for black and white content, while color images and text will only display at 113 ppi. This isn't the greatest, as many other color e-ink devices of varying screen sizes sport a 300 ppi resolution for black and white content and 150 ppi resolution for color. The other downside is that this device has no front light. And yes, neither, unfortunately, does its bigger 13.3-inch screen brother. So it might prove challenging or impossible to use this device in dimly lit environments. However, the color the screen achieves in ambient lighting is actually surprisingly good. Colors are definitely more muted than any kind of LCD or OLED screen you'd find on a tablet or phone, but as far as color e-ink technology goes, they're really not bad. Looking closely at the screen, it's likely you'll see this kind of screen door effect or moire pattern, and that's being created by the color filter array, which gives the device its colors. But that's just part of Kaleido 3 e-ink technology, and you'll probably always be able to see that to some extent on devices using it. Here's how the color e-ink display stacks up to another Kaleido 3 device displaying the same images, although obviously at a smaller size. And here's how the Fujitsu Quaderno's rendition of Kaleido 3 Color E-ink fares next to the remarkable Paper Pro's 11.8-inch Gallery 3 e-ink screen. I'll probably go more into detail about device setup and other details about this device later, But I feel I should point out that you are required to use the device's companion app to transfer documents onto the device and any annotated PDFs or notes off of it. I wish Fujitsu hadn't carried this part of the experience over from the older Sony DPT-RP1, but it is here, and it's something you should be aware of. Additionally, while this device is great at doing what it does in many respects, it can only read and annotate PDFs. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see future videos on this device. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, why not give it a digital like and subscribe to encourage more Inktelligent videos like this one.